Greetings, I'm Dr. Tamara Green, and welcome to the TJG News Broadcast for Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. It's been a little while since we had a broadcast, but we're just going to get everyone up to date on some of the research that we've been doing. That's available at TJGnews.com and also softwaretestnews.com. So today we're going to be discussing three topics. The first topic is the development of the Diaspora analytics application, and the second topic is some research around diversity issues in information technology, artificial intelligence, and big data analytics. And then the third topic is labor markets and some ongoing research that we have going on around labor markets. So we'll start with the Diaspora Analytics application. The Diaspora Analytics application is an application that was researched heavily by Dr. Miyaza, who's recently received a doctorate from Colorado Technical University. And in her design science study, she identified some key features that could be implemented for developing an application for governments and international organizations, regional organizations, and non-government organizations could implement to measure certain metrics around the diaspora movements of people from countries of their origin. And with the extensive information that was provided by her research, we began developing a prototype of a diaspora application. And that application is available at II Data School. The website is iidataschool.com, and you can click on the dashboard link and preview the prototype. It's still in development. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. Right now, the current task is migrating the Diaspora application to more of an enterprise platform for it to be integrated into more data sources. The first step was developing a prototype that could be launched and apply principles of distributed databases for updating and accessing information across parallel running systems. And so that prototype is working, and so now we're going to take the next step in development of that project. It's an ongoing project, and we're willing to receive feedback on it. You can just visit iidataschool.com and click on the contact tab and leave us a message. And so the next topic that we're going to address today is diversity issues that have been prevalent in the technology sector over the past couple of months. There's been a large number of news stories about events that are occurring in the technology sector regarding diversity and hiring practices, employment practices. So some of the research has been what type of policy recommendations could be made to improve the situation for technology workers. And part of that research has included how can we improve the educational systems to be able to develop more responsive industry leaders that are able to respond to these type of situations, and through the training, both in vocational training and higher education for technology. One of the possibilities is that there's not enough training that is general education that would help to create more responsible technology leaders. So one recommendation was that the schools and universities provide more general education for the STEM background so that the graduates would have a greater grasp of some of the social issues that are being faced throughout the globe. And another issue regarding the diversity in technology workplace is that there also needs to be greater transparency in the development of some of the technology tools, because the tools that are being developed, they can have an impact on people's lives, and so they have to be developed responsibly. If there's more transparency, it would give people the opportunity to review these tools and assess whether they can be ethically implemented for some of the tasks that they're being built for. And also within diversity, improving opportunities for women entrepreneurs and investors to be able to participate in more management and leadership roles in the technology industry, and support their efforts by actively getting involved in addressing the fact that there's less women in the sector than men. So it has to be a proactive action that the industry takes to improve the gap between women and men in the industry and leadership. And on that same concept, we will move on to the third topic, which is some of the research that we've done around labor markets. And labor markets, the research that we've been doing is not specifically just for technology, it's for our labor markets, but because the technology field has been developing a lot of the digital platforms that international labor markets now rely on for sourcing their labor, technology does have an influence on labor markets, and so it ties into why we as technology researchers are concerned about how these digital platforms and online platforms, they affect international labor markets. And in review of the research that we've been doing, one of the recommendations that is commonly suggested is, among other researchers, is the policies and recommendations. They should be viewed not just as a national level, but as an international level, because the labor markets are international, and the multinational corporations that source labor from all around the globe are sourcing it at an international level. It's important that the recommendations are also international. So regional and international organizations, and also international non-government organizations, can play a role in improving the social protection of workers around the globe through policies and regulations. One of the policies that can influence the international labor market is tying trade policies to labor policies when making trade agreements among countries. There are a lot of trade agreements that are being reworked and rewritten, and so tying some of these agreements to labor policies may help to improve the conditions for workers in international labor markets. And also tying labor market policies to environmental policies is another option, because as international organizations review some of the environmental policies that are tied to labor policies can motivate countries to participate in both improving the environmental issues and also the employment issues. And again, with these international policies, also effort to improve the opportunities for women and other disadvantaged groups through these international policies is also a good way to actively address some of the diversity issues that might be in employment issues, not only in the technology but in other fields as well. So I thank you for joining the broadcast for today. Thank all the subscribers and encourage you to continue to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And this research is available at TJGnews.com and softwaretestnews.com. And there's other topics that are also being reviewed as well. If you have any suggestions or you would like to get in contact with us, there's a contact link on both websites that you can feel free to always send us a message. I look forward to hearing from you. Until the next time, thank you.